Hi again. I have to do this vlog from the kitchen today because Sase is in a important game. And then if I wait any longer, the GSL finals party is going to be going on in a few hours or something. So, yeah. Anyways, I mentioned in the last video that I was gonna talk about Zerg and like fundamental mechanics and stuff like that, and how to improve as a player for the Zerg race. And then obviously I was gonna branch off into Terran and Protoss and stuff like that. But I woke up this morning to Blizzard releasing the new units for Heart of the Swarm. And I don't think that all of these units will make it through. Obviously they have to go through the beta testing like everything else. Which will be great because I hope they do it smart and they only give like exceptionally good players the beta, so that you can actually see people using the units correctly rather than incorrectly and stuff like that. So you can actually see the unit's full potential. I do, however, hope also that they don't give it to whiners, like people that just look for annoying abuses of the unit. And if it, doesn't work out for them, or, they can't figure out a way to fight the unit, then they just cry. That I don't think would be good, which is what Blizzard would get if they make it like a super public beta. So I hope it's a closed beta. That'd be really good. So anyways, I'm gonna search for the thread on TL that has the all the new Heart of the Swarm units, and I'll just go through them one by one. So this vlog's going to be pretty short. I really apologize that I'm not going to go over the Zerg stuff. I'll do that in the next video. I think this is a little bit more important because it's so new. So let's click the compiled Heart of the Swarm changes, and we'll see. I'll just go through it one by one and give my opinion and stuff on it. Alright, so I'm looking at the thread. It's in the general section made by CKLRKZK. So anyways, mass recall on Nexus and Heart of the Swarm. Nexus mass recall for 75 energy. This won't make it through. Not only is that absolutely completely broken, that just won't make it through. Recall needs to be at least 150. It has to be a game-ending spell, or it has to be a tricky spell. The reason that it was only 100 energy on the mothership is because the mothership was such a you're never going to have it unless you're either really far ahead or you're doing some ultra desperation move to try and come back. That's why it was okay to have it as 100 energy on the mothership. Also, the mothership was a gigantic, moving brick wall that, anything could fire at and target, and then EMP would ruin its life, and so would a neural parasite. You can't simply give a building that is anywhere where you have an expansion the ability to recall. That's just ridiculous. It won't make it through the beta. I promise you that it will not make it through the beta. Not with 75 energy. Maybe if you make it like 200, because any Nexus can use it, that'd be more fair. Anyways, let's move on. Thors are 600 minerals now and require a fusion core. They've got the AoE ability from single player. You can only have one Thor at a time, like a mothership is right now. This is kind of neat, because if I remember the ability from multiplayer, it's like a barrage ability that dishes out, X amount of damage to an area and stuns all the units inside of it or something. So that's pretty cool. And it'll definitely support Terran balls once they can get it out. I do worry though if maybe the barrage ability might be too strong, and people can like rush for like a 7-minute Thor and crack open an expansion or something like that. I don't know. Maybe people will start using it like a nuke if the ability hurts buildings. I don't remember if it does, but using it as like a nuke to bust open spine crawlers and stuff, and then let Hellions or something in against Zerg or something. Because truthfully, anyone knows you can get out a 6-minute battlecruiser, so to get out like a 6-minute Thor wouldn't be a problem, especially if you proxy it. So I think that that'll definitely be looked at heavily. Burrow charge ability for Ultralisk, that's just absolutely retarded. I don't see that. I'm sorry that I just used that word or whatever if that offends anyone. that doesn't even make sense. Something the size of a skyscraper, you know, in the lore of StarCraft, should not be able to bulldoze itself underground and charge at something. You know, it just doesn't make sense. If it was making that kind of movement and stuff, I don't even know. I just don't like that. Burrowed banelings can move. This is ridiculous. If they're moving underground or something, there should definitely be some sort of heightened detail to be able to see them or something. Or maybe the ground should like glow green or something like that. But with already the lack of detection almost for all races, you know, you have like that core unit that detects and something like that, and Terran has scanner, that's fine. But Burrowed banelings, if you don't have detection, running into your mineral line, it's just ridiculous. That doesn't actually even sound fair. Yeah, anyways, carriers are gone. I don't like this. I think carriers were kind of an underused unit, and I also really liked them in the game. Not underused, they were just really bad. I think they needed to be reworked and not completely wiped from the game. So, I don't really like that, but whatever. Oracle can research or production of enemies. I think that's written wrong. Yeah, I actually can't understand it with the way that it's written. So anyway, I'm just going to move on. Warhound is good at killing siege tanks, but has a short range. This unit looks pretty cool. It looks like it is obviously designed to be like a Goliath in a way, but like it packs a stronger punch to ground units, so that's pretty cool. You know, obviously I haven't seen much more than that, so that's all. Thor attack and health increased. That, you know, just like before, it's neat, but, you know, you'll have to see the Thor in action now, I guess, to decide if it's worth it or not. Instead of air attacks, Thor gets a massive bombardment skill. Like I mentioned before, we're going to have to, you know, see how this thing gets used. If it's absolutely broken, obviously it might not make it through the beta, or it'll be significantly nerfed. Let's see. Bombardment requires a similar skill to Siege Mode, and this requires a fusion core and an armory. That was to be expected. Battle Hellion has higher health and shorter range. This is a really kind of neat feature, because it kind of allows Terran other options now, because they're given like a fire bat, in a way, which is what a lot of Terrans were asking for. And now this kind of opens up a lot of other unit combo possibilities of having both like Hellion Firebat, Hellion Marine, or something like that, making it a complete control war, like how some Terrans try to go pure Marine Medevac Hellion right now, but this kind of protects the Marines slightly more. Ghost Cloak changed and now spends a specific amount of energy lasting for a certain period of time. This is okay. You know, I don't agree with it because the ghosts, it doesn't make sense lore-wise. But I don't see why Ghost would, you know, Cloak would be changed this way. It doesn't really make sense. Ghost Cloak is no longer an on-off skill. Again, this doesn't make sense. I don't think Cloak was a problem with Ghosts. I think it was, you know, fine as is. Battlecruiser gets a cooldown skill called Limit Reactor that boosts movement speed. That looks fine. I guess it can like improve micro in Battlecruiser vs Viking Wars, so that it's not just one-sided. And Battlecruisers basically just act as a giant point defense drone to dish out some damage. So that's pretty fine too. Reaper loses D8 charge attack. I don't understand. Reaper was already underused anyway. Reaper gains an HP recovery skill. I don't think Blizzard really understands why the Reaper sucks. It has nothing to do with its HP or anything like that. It just has, well, it does have to do with its HP, but it's that it's like a paper airplane. Everything in the game just kills it way too fast. It doesn't deal damage to anything but workers, basically. And before people argue like, oh no, it kills Zerglings and stuff, by the time you have enough Reapers to mass kill Zerglings, they're going to have enough time to have Roaches and Infestors and Mutalisks and stuff like that, and it's just not, you know, worth anything. And then also, by taking away the building attack, you basically give it the role of a Hellion, in which case a Hellion is better than the Reaper anyway. So I don't know what Blizzard's thinking there. Viper inserts Parasite into friendly units to make them detectors. That's a really cool ability. I'm actually looking forward to that ability. No more Overseers. This is kind of ridiculous, because Zerg already don't have a very, you know, good way to scout, except for Overlords, so hopefully they do something to speed. Hydra speed increase. This is really, really good. I don't think people realize how good that is, because Hydras are basically completely unmicroable, even if they're, you know, on creep, so that's bad. New Infestation Pit. unit looks like a lurker, but spawns 2 high DPS units every 15 seconds or so while burrowed. This is really cool because it adds a lot of sieging sort of possibilities for Zerg, both defensively and offensively, the kind of way that lurkers were used in StarCraft 1. They could be used to contain your opponent and attack with, or they could be used to hide behind spore crawlers and, you know, sunken colonies in StarCraft 1. So I hope something like that happens in StarCraft 2. That'd be really cool. Viper will permanently grant detection for energy. Layer Tech grants detection, is the cheapest spell. That's cool, but, you know, we'll have to just see, you know, exactly what it means, I guess. Swarmlord spits out broodling-looking things that have 16 attack damage and 0.87 attack speed. That's really cool. As I said before, it's kind of like the you know, the lurker and stuff like that, so that's neat. Mothership gone. I don't know why it was gone. It was an unexplored unit, and we saw that it had a lot of possibilities, but as I said before, you know, what can you do, really? Now let's just go to the Protoss units, because we already basically addressed the Terran and all that stuff. Anyways, the only one unit I want to talk about, basically, is the Tempest, because this looks like the most interesting unit. It's basically Corsair on steroids, is what it appears to be. And it can also attack the ground, so that's really neat. Its speed is yet to be kind of revealed from what I saw, but everything else looks actually good, and I'm actually kind of happy that Protoss now has like a actually strong anti-air, because that's kind of what they were lacking in before. Like, they had Void Ray, but it's not really anti-air, it's like weird. It can be anti-air, but it can't at the same time. So that's it for the changes that I can, you know, see in the patch and stuff like that, except for the Viper has this like scorpion pull, but I don't see that making it through the beta because that's completely ridiculous if it can lift massive units. That's just not fair. And then also it has Dark Swarm, which we're gonna have to wait and see if that's actually fair or not in StarCraft 2, because with smart casting, you know, I don't actually see how that could be fair against Terran or something like that. That just wouldn't make sense with a Viper and Fester Zergling. That would just kind of almost be broken in my opinion, so we'll have to see how that goes. Anyways, that's it for now. I'm not sure when this video will be getting up, but I'll be going to the GSL finals party or showing or whatever at GOM Studio in Mokdong at 1 p.m. Yeah. So I'll be there, and in the next vlog I'll start talking about the fundamentals that I talked about in the previous vlog that I promised I would talk about or whatever. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog, like the review on, you know, StarCraft, the new units and stuff like that. And like I said before, at the end of every vlog, you can follow me at Twitter, LastShadow9, or just add me on Facebook, or ask any questions on GosuGamers.net or anything like that about, you know, these vlogs, and I'll respond when I have time or something like that. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll, you know, make another vlog tomorrow. Alright, bye.